Hello students, I am Rakesh Chauhan working as PGT Physics in Suraj School Bawal. I welcome you all in the e-learning classes of physics. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the terminology related to magnetism, and thereafter we will derive the relationship between magnetic susceptibility and relative permeability of a given medium. So let us first discuss the various terms which are frequently used in the magnetism. So the first term we are going to discuss is relative permeability. Relative permeability. It is denoted by mu r, and it can be defined as the ratio of permeability of the permeability of the medium to the permeability of free space, to the permeability of free space, or we can say air. So the formula would become mu r is equal to mu divided by mu naught. Mu is the permeability of the medium and mu naught is the permeability of free space, and since both are permeability, or it's a ratio of permeabilities, therefore there will be no unit, so it would be unitless. Okay, so if you know the relative permeability of a medium, then simply by multiplying it to the permeability of free space, which is having the value of 4 pi into 10 minus 7 Henry per meter, so we can find out the permeability of the medium. So this is the importance of relative permeability. Next term which we are going to define is intensity of magnetization. Intensity of magnetization. This is the term which actually defines the strength of a magnet. So intensity of magnetization, which is denoted by capital I, you must take care that whenever we are simultaneously using current and intensity of magnetization, so intensity of magnetization will be represented by capital I, and current in that case will be represented by small I. So you need not to be confused that small I and capital I both are same. Capital I we are using for intensity of magnetization here in this chapter, and small I will be represented for the current. Okay, now we are going to define this term intensity of magnetization. So intensity of magnetization of a magnet can be defined as the net dipole moment per unit volume of a magnetic material, So you all know that whenever a magnetic material, or in fact ferromagnetic material, is kept in an external magnetic field, it get magnetized, means the dipole moments are produced within the specimen of that magnetic material, and that is why it acts like a magnet. So how much intensity is developed due to the external magnetic field, this term actually defines. So how you will define intensity of magnetization? The net dipole moment developed within the magnetic material when it is kept in external magnetic field per unit volume is known as intensity of magnetization. So what should be the formula? I is equal to net magnetic dipole capital M, and per unit volume, that is it will be divided by volume, so it become M upon V. What should be the unit of this term? So you will say the unit of magnetic dipole moment is ampere meter square, and the unit of volume is meter cube, so it will be ampere per meter. The unit of intensity of magnetization is ampere per meter. Now we will define some more terms. The third term we are going to define is magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity, and it is denoted by capital H. So magnetic field intensity can be defined as the ratio of magnetic field density, we can say, or simply magnetic field, to the permeability of the medium, and the formula would become H is equals to magnetic field divided by the permeability of the medium. So H can be given as the ratio of magnetic field to the permeability of the medium. From here we can represent B as mu into H. So we will use this relation in the further derivation, and the unit of this H would be, the unit of B is Tesla and the unit of mu is Tesla meter per ampere. So it would become, Tesla will cancel out Tesla, ampere per meter, which is similar to the unit of intensity of magnetization. So this is the third term we have defined here. Next term we are going to define is susceptibility. So I am writing down this term here, susceptibility or magnetic susceptibility. Magnetic susceptibility it is denoted by this symbol, which is known as Chi. It is termed as Chi. So magnetic susceptibility can be defined as the ratio of intensity of magnetization to the magnetic field intensity. How you will define magnetic susceptibility? It is the ratio of intensity of magnetization to the magnetic field intensity. So what is intensity of magnetization? You will say I. And what is magnetic field intensity? It is H. So Chi can be defined or can be written as I upon H. I divided by H. And it is also a unitless quantity, because the unit of I is ampere per meter and the unit of H is also ampere per meter. So this term would also be unitless or dimensionless. Okay, so these are the terms which we want to define, or which we will use frequently during the study of magnetism. So you must keep in mind that what are these terms and how these terms can be defined. Now let us discuss the relationship between this magnetic susceptibility and relative permeability. So now let us discuss the relation between susceptibility and relative permeability for a ferromagnetic material. So for deriving this derivation, we are taking this solenoid in which I current is flowing due to this battery along with this key. We have also connected here a type of rheostat, so that we can vary the value of current here. So this is, suppose, the rheostat, variable resistor, you can say RH. This is key, this is the battery, and this is all circuitry, this is solenoid in fact. So current I is flowing through this, and as we have discussed here that we will represent the current as a small I, because intensity of magnetization is represented by capital I. So due to this battery, current will flow through this solenoid, and inside this solenoid there will be a strong magnetic field. So the maximum magnetic field will be at the axis of this solenoid, and the direction can be find out using right hand thumb rule. Okay, so if I put a ferromagnetic material or rod of iron inside this solenoid, then definitely this iron rod will get magnetized. And if this iron rod is getting magnetized, then definitely there would be some dipole moments or dipoles which will be produced in this magnet due to the effect of, or due to the external magnetic field produced by this solenoid. So as we are increasing the value of current by decreasing the value of this rheostat, then definitely more and more dipoles will be produced, and up to a certain limit this iron rod will magnetized, or we can say up to its saturation level it will get magnetized, and thereafter on increasing of this current there will be no increment, or there will be no further increment in the intensity of magnetization. Okay, so first here we are going to discuss about how this magnetic susceptibility of this iron rod and this relative permeability of the iron rod is going to be related to each other. So the net magnetic field inside the this solenoid can be given as net magnetic field can be given as B is equals to B0 plus Bm. Now what is B0? B0 is the magnetic field inside the solenoid due to this current I, and Bm is the magnetic field due to the magnetization of this iron rod which is placed inside the solenoid. So this is suppose equation first. Now this B0 can be easily written magnetic field at the axis of a solenoid. We have derived this formula in the last chapter, and it was B0 is equals to mu 0 n into I, where n are the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, and this n into I can be written as H, intensity of magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity can also be written as n into I. So in place of Ni I am writing down mu 0, and in place of Ni it is H. So this is equation second. Now this Bm is the magnetic field due to the magnetization of this iron rod. So Bm can be written as mu 0 into I, where capital I is the intensity of magnetization, because we know that more will be the value of intensity of magnetization, more will be the magnetic field developed in the iron rod. So we can say Bm is directly proportional to I, and if I put proportionality symbol here as mu 0, then it would become Bm is equal to mu 0 I. So this is equation suppose third. Now I am going to put these two values of B0 and Bm into the first equation. So the net magnetic field inside the solenoid would become B is equals to B0, that is mu H plus mu I. Okay, now this mu 0 can be taken common, so mu 0 H plus I. Now this I can be written as B0, B is equal to mu 0 H plus I can be written as xi into H, because we know that there is a relation that xi is equal to I by H. So I is equal to xi into H. So I have written here I is equal to xi H. Okay, now B is equal to mu 0, and if I take H common, so it would become mu 0 H and 1 plus xi. Okay, now we also know that B is equals to mu 0, or we can say mu H for a medium. B is equal to mu H. So if I put here in place of B as mu H, so it would become mu H is equals to mu 0 H 1 plus xi, and this H will cancel out by this H, so it will be mu is equal to mu 0 1 plus xi. And you know that mu is related to relative permeability, or this mu can be written as mu 0 into mu r, because we have derived the relation that mu r is equal to mu divided by mu naught. So if in place of mu I am writing down mu r into mu 0, then this could be written as mu 0 into mu r is equal to mu 0 1 plus xi, and this mu 0 will also cancel out, so mu r comes out to be 1 plus xi, and this is the relation we want to derive. This is relative permeability, and this is susceptibility or magnetic susceptibility of the magnetic material. So this is how we can derive the relation between relative permeability of the magnetic material and magnetic susceptibility of the same magnetic material. So thank you very much for watching this video. In our next video, we are going to discuss with hysteresis loop or BH curve related to or drawn for a ferromagnetic material. Thank you very much once again for watching this video.